Good evening and welcome to Bedford City Council regular meeting. If you please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Call the roll, please.
Cochi?
Here.
Spinks?
Here.
Janutus?
Here.
Fluharty?
Here.
Smith?
Here.
Asbury?
Here.
Saunders?
Here. Council, you have the minutes of the work session of April 3rd, 2023. Any corrections to those? Seeing none, can I have a motion for acceptance? By Spinks, second by Janutus. Call the roll, please.
Cochi?
Yes.
Spinks?
Yes.
Janutus?
Yes.
Fluharty?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Asbury?
Yes.
Saunders?
Yes. And you have the minutes of the regular meeting of April 3rd, 2023. Any corrections to that? Seeing none, can I have a motion for acceptance? By Smith, second by Asbury. Call the roll, please.
Cochi?
Yes.
Spinks?
Yes.
Janutus?
Yes.
Fluharty?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Asbury?
Yes.
Saunders?
Yes. And we have no presentation tonight. Under old business, ordinance number 2023, I would like to remove that from the table. Motion for such by Janutus, second by Fluharty. Call the roll, please.
Cochi?
Yes.
Spinks?
Yes.
Janutus?
Yes.
Fluharty?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Asbury?
Yes.
Saunders?
Yes. Motion for suspension by Asbury, second by Saunders. Call the roll, please.
Cochi?
Yes.
Spinks?
Yes.
Janutus?
Yes.
Fluharty?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Asbury?
Yes.
Saunders?
Yes. Motion for third and final by Spinks, second by Janutus. Mike?
Thank you, Mayor. This CRA agreement is with Cleveland Tank and Supply. For those of you that are not aware, that is a company that's going to be relocating from Cleveland to Tinkers Creek Commerce Park. They're acquiring 5.8 acres to build their facilities. This is approving a 10-year, 70% tax abatement, and they will be relocating. I believe within the first few years, they'll have north of 65 employees at the site.
Yep, that's a good thing. Call the roll, please.
Cochi?
Yes.
Spinks?
Yes.
Janutus?
Yes.
Fluharty?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Asbury?
Yes.
Saunders?
Yes. Ordinance number 2123. Again, a motion to remove from the table by Spinks, second by Fluharty. Call the roll, please.
Cochi?
Yes.
Spinks?
Yes.
Janutus?
Yes.
Fluharty?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Asbury?
Yes.
Saunders?
Yes. Motion for third and final by Asbury, second by Smith. Mike, again.
Yes, this is similar, same CRA agreement. This one is between the city and Lakeshore Electric, which is currently located on Willis Street. Lakeshore has, they're in need of expansion. They have no more room at their current facility. They went in front of the Planning Commission, and they're going to be constructing a facility north of 100,000 square feet on roughly 7.5 acres. Within, I believe, their application stated within the first 5 years, they are looking to double their employment and will be over 100 employees. And this is also a 10-year, 70% tax abatement for the new facility.
Good. Call the roll, please.
Cochi?
Yes.
Spinks?
Yes.
Janutus?
Yes.
Fluharty?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Asbury?
Yes.
Saunders?
Yes. Reports, Mr. City Manager.
Just a couple of items real quickly. The city did notify Cuyahoga County that we are in agreement. They will be coming out. They needed the city's approval, I guess. They will be coming out and doing crack sealing on all of Center Road at 100% Cuyahoga County's expenses. It won't cost us anything. Union Street, they're going to be, it does not warrant crack sealing, but they're going to put down what they call a rejuvenator, and it extends the life of the roadway. And they're going to be doing that as well along Union, not the entire length, but the area that was just resurfaced a couple of years ago. And that as well as at 100% of the county's expenses. The city does have a couple of large projects coming up. One, we have the water line projects on Ennis, water line project on Harriman. We have a pre-construction meeting for those scheduled for Wednesday. So by the next council meeting, we will have notice to proceed date that we'll be able to share and follow our website for those projects and when those get started. The city will also be going out to bid shortly as we're finishing up the construction documents and the plans for Lincoln water line replacement. That is also going to take place this year, but we have not gone to bid for that one yet. And lastly, the large item is Broadway. There's some legislation that we're going to be, council will be voting on shortly regarding the costs of Broadway. That is an ODOT project. They bid this project earlier this year. The bids came in. They were reasonable. I believe, of course I'm talking about it, I don't have my notes here real quickly. Out of the 4 bids, the lowest bid was Shelley Company, and they were at $3,047,272. So that is going to be, hopefully, depending on how the vote goes, that will proceed this year. We have not had a pre-construction meeting for that. It's corp limit to corp limit. It's going to be a challenge, but look for updates on our website, on social media. They will have to maintain traffic, but I'd be lying if I said it's not going to be a challenge, right? They're resurfacing all of Broadway. There's going to be full depth repairs at a number of locations. All of the handicap ramps at the sidewalks, all of those will be replaced. That portion is 100% on the city. So look for more information to come out in the coming weeks as far as notice to proceed and when that project is going to get underway. As far as a schedule of events, the community organizations that have worked to submit applications, as well as community shred days and other community events that has been posted, I believe, on the city website. End of report.
Thank you. Mr. Law Director.
Thank you, no report tonight.
Madam Finance Director.
Just real quick announcement, just a reminder that tomorrow, April 18th, is actually the deadline to file your municipal income taxes, as well as your IRS taxes, but just wanted to remind you of that. Thank you, that's all.
Before we get to council reports, we're going to have a slight change. We were talking in the caucus room about our summer schedule, which on the days snowing, talking about summer schedules. But we're in Northeast Ohio, so that's what happens. The tentative date, well, the dates we're going to meet will be June 5th, because during the summer we only meet once a month, unless there has to be a special meeting that we would call for something special. The meetings will be on June 5th, June 26th, and August 7th. That's the dates for our summer sessions. And we'll start with council with Mrs. Spinks.
Good evening, everybody. This past Friday, we had an excellent turnout for the Bedford Historical Society Speaker Series. It was Rick Bacco talking about local Bedford artists, and I was very honored to be included in that group of people. I don't think I deserved it because we have some really, really talented artists from the past and the present. And we have the speaker series every second Friday. It's this year round. The next one will be the second Friday in May, and it will be on Walker China. So it's always at the old church, it's always free. There's usually a few snacks, it's always at 7 o'clock, so if you get a chance to do that, make sure you do that. Ward meetings, Ward 1 and 3 will be next Monday. Is it at 7 o'clock or is it 8 o'clock?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock, and that will be me in Ward 3, Vic Fluharty, so, we'll see you there. If you live in Ward 1 or Ward 3, please come. End of report.
Thank you. Mr. Janutus.
Thank you. I guess spring sprung a leak on us. Congratulations to everyone who got their lawnmowers going this past weekend and got out there and, did some yard work. It was beautiful weather and all. I want to thank you all for doing such a good job maintaining your yards and whatnot. We have a tendency to focus on the very worst yards and fallen down houses, and that becomes our focal point a lot of times, but I think we too often take for granted all the beautiful, charming yards and properties in our city, and all the people who are doing a really good job doing what they can to keep their yards up and whatnot. So I thank everyone for that. End of report.
Thank you. Mr. Fluharty.
Well, I had two things to say, and they both were just said, so, board meeting, and also just to remind everybody to start taking care of their yards, that's it, end of report.
Thank you. Mr. Smith.
Good evening, everyone. I just have, I have a couple of things, but the first thing I wanted to mention is that the city of Bedford and the 3 surrounding communities, being Bedford Heights, Oakwood, and Walker Hills, will be doing a Juneteenth celebration this year. It's going to be June 19th. It's going to be at the Bedford City Schools at Bearcat Stadium. It's going to be from 5 to 7. There will be food trucks, dance, health and wellness, vendors, voter registration. There will be a few more events there. We're trying to, we will be including the Historical Society, since Bedford was one of the stops on the Underground Railroad, so I think that's a great thing to do. There will be more information coming out and to the citizens. I would like to mention that Wards 2 and 4 board meetings will be 8th of May. In the report.
Thank you. Mr. Asbury.
Thank you, Mayor. Just a couple reminders. Actually today started the Computer and Hazardous Waste Roundup at the Service Garage 100 Solon. This runs through this week, Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. to 3 p.m. And the same thing next week, Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. to 3 p.m. Check our website for the items that are available to be dropped off. Mike, did we find out if they're going to do Saturday or not?
We are, I just don't know the date,
Okay.
it's gonna be this or next.
Okay.
Scheduling purposes, but we'll put something out.
Okay, thank you. And another reminder about the BDA's 5th annual Chocolate Walk, Saturday, May 13th from noon to 5. Tickets are on sale now at bedforddowntown.org. Get them before they sell out. Hopefully we sell out. Mike, the pool house still on schedule to open up on time? Looks like a lot of things going on down there.
So tentatively, project should be completed, end of May.
Good deal. Another reminder, chipper service for May is the week of May 1st through May 5th. Make sure you call the service department to get on the list. And one thing that Mike touched on the schedule for the summer events. One thing that didn't make it was the community garage sale. We will have the community garage sale. It just didn't get on the schedule in time to make this posting. So look for that. Hopefully by the end of the month we'll have a date for that. And that should do it. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Saunders.
As everybody has heard, Ward 6 is gonna get torn up pretty good this year, because we've got the water line going on Ennis, the water line going on Harriman, and the water line going on Lincoln. Now, I would assume all three streets will have temporary water lines, Mike. Are we letting the residents know that they are gonna get connected basically through an outside faucet off those mains? Is that how they're doing it?
I don't know, until we go through the full, pre-con meeting with the contractor, which is scheduled for Wednesday, I don't have all of those specifics, but any resident affected will get notifications.
Okay, because some of these people, well, I don't think anybody has sprinkler systems, so that's a plus. But it will be a slight inconvenience for the residents, but we're gonna be replacing these 1920 water lines that in some cases have been blowing quite a bit here. So we will get some improvements here in the ward. So I just want to make sure that everybody's aware of the fact that be on the lookout if you're on those three streets, that you will be getting notifications for it. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's get going with our business here. Ordinance number 31-23.
Being an ordinance amending chapter 123 entitled Rules of Council of our codified ordinances of the city and declaring an emergency.
And we would like to put that on first reading. I have a motion for such by Saunders, second by Asbury. Just to go over it real quickly, we only had a few changes. Probably some of the big thing, I'm just gonna highlight them right now, is we're probably gonna start the new rules will be effective September 1st, after summer break, so give people some time to check it out. Big change will be, meetings will start at 7 o'clock instead of 8 o'clock. Some of this is bookkeeping stuff. Like I say, very few changes. An ordinance have to be signed by the mayor or other presiding officer, by the clerk and the law director. The law director was added. There was in the old rule, and they dated back to 1932, so they needed to be tweaked a little bit. We used to have a lot of committees that were on the books. We don't operate by committee, we operate by council as a whole. I never saw the purpose of having committees when you got 7 people and have 3 people on a safety committee and 3 on a finance. Then they bring it back to council and then we all talk about it anyhow. It seemed kind of a waste of time. But we still left it in there if we need such, the mayor may appoint such other committees as she deems appropriate. The mayor may choose not to establish said communities and discuss matters at the committee of the whole. So, which is what we normally do. That was a change. Robert's Rules, it was the 1951 edition, now it'll be the latest edition of Robert's Rules that we use. Just trying to get the highlight. That's pretty much the big things that were in it, so not a lot of changes to the council rules. So, can I have a motion to put that on first reading? By Spink, second by Janutus. Call the roll, please.
Cochee,
Yes.
Spinks,
Yes.
Janutus,
Yes.
Fluharty,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Saunders.
Yes.
Ordinance number 32-23.
authorizing the city manager to purchase a LifePak 15V4 cardiac monitor defibrillator from Stryker EMS and declaring an emergency.
I have a motion for suspension by Saunders, second by Smith. Call the roll, please.
Cochee,
Yes.
Spinks,
Yes.
Janutus,
Yes.
Fluharty,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Saunders.
Yes.
Motion for third and final by Fluharty, second by Spinks. Mike?
Mayor. This piece of equipment, the cardiac monitor, was something that we budgeted for this year. With that being said, there's a good chance that this piece of equipment won't come in until early 2024. So we wanted to go ahead and get this quote and get this in front of council as soon as possible.
Yeah, it's just a shame how long things are taking now to get done. The cardiac monitor and defib, that's kind of important. But we did get a new one last year, so we're not short on that. But this is, we'll have them on all three squads. Call the roll, please.
Cochee,
Yes.
Spinks,
Yes.
Janutus,
Yes.
Fluharty,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Saunders.
Yes.
Ordinance number 33-23.
Is an ordinance declaring the real property and structure located at 64 Center Road a nuisance and condemning the property and ordering action and declaring an emergency.
Motion for suspension. Spinks, second by Fluharty. Call the roll, please.
Cochee,
Yes.
Spinks,
Yes.
Janutus,
Yes.
Fluharty,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Saunders.
Yes.
Motion for third and final by Saunders, second by Asbury. Mike?
Thank you, Mayor. Property, we've had violation notices on this property dating back last year. Property went through 2 separate tax foreclosure sales with no purchaser. It is currently $95,000 plus in arrears in taxes. We'd like to start the process. This is starting the process and in conjunction with the land bank, working to remediate the blight.
Call the roll, please.
Cochee,
Yes.
Spinks,
Yes.
Janutus,
Yes.
Fluharty,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Saunders.
Yes.
Ordinance number 34-23.
Similar to the last ordinance, an ordinance declaring the property and structure located at 244 West Glendale Avenue a nuisance, condemning the property, ordering action, and declaring an emergency.
A motion for suspension by Smith, second by Asbury. Call the roll, please.
Cochee,
Yes.
Spinks,
Yes.
Janutus,
Yes.
Fluharty,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Saunders.
Yes.
Motion for third and final by Fluharty, second by Spinks. Mike?
Thank you, Mayor. Similar to the last ordinance, this property has had violations notices for some time. They are currently, the corporation that owns this home owned multiple properties throughout the city and walked away from these properties following the housing crisis. This one is currently $109,000 plus in arrears in property taxes, and this is allowing us to take the steps to remediate it.
Yeah, and besides just being arrears of taxes, these houses are really horrible shape too. Yeah. Call the roll, please.
Cochee,
Yes.
Spinks,
Yes.
Janutus,
Yes.
Fluharty,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Saunders.
Yes.
Ordinance number 35-23.
Is an ordinance amending ordinance number 01723, authorizing an additional payment of $50,205.50 to the Ohio Department of Transportation for the federal project known as the state, as the city manager alluded to before, the State Route 14 rehab project, basically, and declaring an emergency.
I have a motion for suspension. Saunders, second by Asbury. Call the roll, please.
Cochee,
Yes.
Spinks,
Yes.
Janutus,
Yes.
Fluharty?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Asbury?
Yes.
Saunders?
Yes.
Motion for third and final by Spinks, second by Fluharty. Mike?
This is the, in regards to the Broadway Avenue project and specifically regarding the bid results. As I mentioned, the Shelley Company came in at the lowest bidder. They were about roughly $250,000 less than the next closest, which was Roniak Paving. Based off of the percentages that we're required to pay, which is 15% of the overall project, the difference comes out to be the city would be responsible for this additional cost of $50,000. Should we not agree to pay that, there is a strong possibility, actually, the project would not go forward. The state would reevaluate and go through the bidding process again, and there is no guarantee that they would come in lower. Our recommendation is for this amount of money to move this along so this project can start this year. Authorizing the payment to ODOT, which oversees the entire project. As it says, overall, it's a total of just over $3 million.
Thank you. Call the roll, please.
Cochee?
Yes.
Spinks?
Yes.
Janutus?
Yes.
Fluharty?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Asbury?
Yes.
Saunders?
Yes.
Ordinance number 36-23.
Authorizing the city manager to enter into a professional services contract with Industrial Appraisal Company for professional appraisal services of the city's assets and declaring an emergency.
Motion for suspension by Smith, second by Saunders. Call the roll, please.
Cochee?
Yes.
Spinks?
Yes.
Janutus?
Yes.
Fluharty?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Asbury?
Yes.
Saunders?
Yes.
Motion for third and final by Spinks, second by Janutus. Mike? Where do you want this,
Are
John?
we on, I'm sorry, oh, we're on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the professional appraisals. This is what, we're required to do this to establish a value for insurance purposes on all of our structures, as well as equipment. And this is the contract that they'll work to identify those values.
Call the roll, please.
Cochee?
Yes.
Spinks?
Yes.
Janutus?
Yes.
Fluharty?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Asbury?
Yes.
Saunders?
Yes.
Ordinance number 37-23.
Authorizing the city manager to participate in the and contract with ODOT for road salt for the 2023-24 year winter season and declaring an emergency.
Maybe that's why we had this, because of that snow today. Motion for suspension by Spinks, second by Fluharty. Call the roll, please.
Cochee?
Yes.
Spinks?
Yes.
Janutus?
Yes.
Fluharty?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Asbury?
Yes.
Saunders?
Yes.
Motion for third and final by Saunders, second by Asbury. Mike?
Thank you, Mayor. This is authorizing us to partner with ODOT, who will be going out and bidding the salt contract. This allows us to obtain salt at the bid price. Part of that is we have to basically guess. That's what, being honest, we have to determine and give a rough guess of the tons that we're going to go through next year. Typically, we're always around 3,500, something like that, tons. This year, we're requesting to ODOT that we are looking for 2,800 tons. What they do is they compile all of those numbers and add it in and put it out to bid so they can secure the lowest price per ton when they add all of that up. So the challenge is that by coming up with that number, we are required to pay for 90% of that, one way or another. I can tell you we did come in a little under this year, so we have excess salt, which is why we're looking to go a little lower next year.
Thank you. Call the roll, please.
Cochee?
Yes.
Spinks? Yes. Janutus?
Yes.
Fluharty?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Asbury?
Yes.
Saunders?
Yes.
Now we come to the portion of hearing of citizens. If If you wish to speak, please come forward, state your name, your address, and your comment.
Hello, my name is Mark Roberts. I live at 47 Woodrow. I'm sure most of you are aware of the situation we had this past weekend and has had since late last summer. My main gripe, which I know ordinance and laws and legislation has all cities handcuffed with the Airbnbs and the short-term rentals. That is not why I'm here. I understand that the owners are here as well, and we have discussed, and there's reason to believe that they might not have known that these things were happening. What I am here for is the reaction to these occurrences. We first been starting to call the police late August. Since then, not much was done. Because of this, I had a resolve to stay elsewhere on the weekends. So last fall, I decided to stay in a camper on Friday and Saturday nights in Auburn, which I'm building on 11 acres, which wasn't fun to do, telling your kids every weekend they have to go stay somewhere else because we don't feel safe. The last couple weeks, enough was enough. I've seen numerous criminal activity. I called on Friday, and I'm going to stick to just Friday's occurrences. I called on Friday at about 11:15 p.m. Said that there was numerous girls fighting in the front yard. Please come. Problem is, they have scanners. They hear the call come in, and I saw Friday night a man pull the two girls by their hair into the house and told everyone to shut up. The cops came by, didn't get out of their vehicles, asked a couple of the gentlemen still on the road, was there fighting occurring? They said no. So we got a couple calls that there was people fighting. No, we're just having fun, we're all right. All right, man, just stay inside. Not even 10 minutes pass. Now there's 60 kids in the road fighting.
Did you say 60?
60. And I have an hour and 45 minutes of video of this whole thing. So now I call again. This time is when my gloves came off. I witnessed guns being loaded into trunks of vehicles, and I have on video in front of the cops, the vehicle fishtailing out of my driveway